Hey, Miss Carter. How are you doing today? So, we are getting into your spiritual gifts reading. But from the moment that I started the reading, I always turn on certain frequencies just so I am aligned with the energy of the client, whatever I'm drawn to. When I tapped into your energy, it was Money Magnet. And I'm going to show you here. So, the first one was Reiki to go from the Ten of Pentacles to manifest a financial paradise. The Ten of Pentacles cards means everything. You got your house, you got your job, like everything is in alignment, right? But I also got this money out of thin air one because this is a spiritual gifts thing one. I'm getting that you are extremely abundant. The thing is, I'm not sure if you're fully aware of that. It feels like there are some blocks to it, but you needed to know the money is not an issue. It's your energy and and I've been on this lately, your container, your human, how your human is receiving the energy of your natural abundance. So I heard, and I've never heard this in a reading before, that you are an empress. What you think, what you want, it's that Ariana Grande, like seven rings sort of energy. I want it, I got it. Now, if you were to look back over your life, you might notice how that happened way more than me just saying it to you now. Like, oh no, what do you mean I'm a money magnet? Because the other thing that popped up here was, and let me go to my history because it already played. I had this rolling in the background for a while. The thing I'll be helping you with is balancing your masculine and feminine energy, which is like developing your container, right? But this Reiki to surrender attachments keeping you out of your own flow during hard times. It's like this one is playing on my television, by the way, the balancing your masculine and feminine. So it's all like embedded into the frequency of this video. And every time you watch it, you'll get a ping of that. But I wanted to show you so that you would know how to find them on your own to go sit with. So you are an empress. What you want, you get. The only thing stopping you from that is you, which is great, right? It sounds like, because at times we can be our own like biggest enemy, or even thinking about like, oh my gosh, everything's up to me, can feel very, very disempowering when you are not in your strength and your full feminine and masculine. The masculine is the part of you that's like, hell yeah. And the feminine is like, hold on, I don't need all that responsibility. That's what I'm getting from your energy. You have two different signals going on that are messing with your flow. But your ability itself is to pull abundance towards yourself at any time. Usually I am so used to getting like super like psychic gifts, like you have the ability to move people's energy and stuff. No, you pick something that would make your life better, but also so that you can build a branch on your family tree that is very solid financially, materially. Even something about an actual home being significant. Maybe it's a home that you're going to pass down to other people, but that's what you're aligning with and why you even booked this video in the first place, so you can find out like, how do I make this work for myself? So I'm going to start with my prism cards, right? So these have different colors or emotions on them, but I found that I'm able to tap into them just to get like the energy off of it. That's what I'm going to do to find out more about your flow, your spiritual gift flow, how your psychic gifts pull in. Because money and abundance are the things you attract, but it's like there are specific things that are like coded or signs that you get and stuff to let you know which way to move in order to get it. And you have to get used to understanding those signs for yourself, is what I'm picking up. So, can I find out about Lindsay's gifts? What are her spiritual or psychic gifts? Spiritual or psychic gifts? Turn your pain into power. Ooh, this is different. Ooh, ma'am. So, first and foremost, you need to know dark matter, chaos matter is energy that has never been assigned to a task. It's like what you see in the stars. Like a piece of that could turn into an actual star. It can get made into anything. You are creating from that void, that scratch. You have the ability to pull this in for yourself, right? I'm feeling like you have a strong chaos signature in your natal chart, right? Because being able to pull from this usually comes from your own pain and your own anger. And these were the first two cards that came out. It ended with this. So anything that you have been through before and you didn't understand, particularly around rejection, is coming up. Other people, ooh, this is good. Anytime other people made you feel like crap or made you feel sad, it was already their assignment in order for you to reach this ideal version of yourself, right? So when you dream something, you dream it into existence. My mind said you dream in color, whatever that significance was to you. But it's still like feeling like something that makes you stand out from other people. And you've always been aware that there's something that makes you stand out from the people you're around. But it's because you came to use this energy and this gift to create that branch. It's very possible that you could be moving away from your own family to create your own tree, period. But either way, the sack, the sect, the thing that you are birthing is the pinnacle or reward that comes from all of this darkness and depth that you've been carrying around. This is also why your feminine and masculine are out of balance. I'm actually going to bet you're more in your masculine energy. And that was a form of protection for you this whole time. But guess what? When you have that protective shell up, it is more of an energy of, I got to do this. If I don't do this, nobody else will do it. My mind just started thinking about the movie Encanto. There's like the big sister that's always like, under pressure. That. You're in your masculine energy, which means that you have to physically get stuff done. Your feminine energy, your flow, this ideation thing, your star power is not found in that. It's in the release of feeling like everything had to be on your shoulders like that. It's in saying like, the more I relax and take care of myself, the more things come to me, as opposed to the more I work hard, the more I earn. There's going to be a need for some balance in these things. I made a video recently, a psychic trading video. I will send you the link to along with this, where I taught you how to pull cards to trigger or activate your left brain, which is masculine, and your right brain, which is feminine. You would be pulling cards to trigger this side of your mind more, just because you want to bring it back into balance. And in your case, it's learning to feel safe again. I'm getting the power that you have has always been there. It's just the way that you've been pulling it in is through working literally like your hands to the bone. It feels like in some way, shape, or form, taking care of stuff all the time. That is not what's going to get you where you've been going. It helped you while you were in survival mode, but going forward, that balance of that masculine and feminine energy is going to be needed. You're going to need to know when to relax and when to receive. Also, when you're in your feminine energy, you're going to be releasing that pain. Sometimes you're going to cry for no reason, and I need you to not suck it up like tears don't do anything. No, when that time comes, let it be. Like, I am the rightful owner of my pain. I have the right to release this. I have the right to feel this. This happened to me. My body needs to let it go, because it seems like every time that you were meant to cry, you sort of held it in sometimes. And we can't do that to ourselves. When we put an emotion on pause, it's just on pause. It's got to come back around at some point. And if you keep putting it on pause, it'll turn into an illness. It will fester into your body. It will find another way to come up, because you can't just suppress and build something positive when you have that underneath the surface. Under the surface, that's the song. Oh my God. So I'm like, I thought it was under pressure, but I think that's a part of the lyrics. So you already have all your power. You just need to open up to receive it. There's even something about believing here. So you might need some mantras. I'm gonna go with my healing deck right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going with 2 healing decks, because what I'm getting is your gifts are already there. It is in your aura. You are money, baby. Is the feeling here. But we need to know what part of you needs to be healed in order for you to start fully seeing that. Because part of you might be like, all right, I see some stuff around here, but I don't see like no money. No, you're supposed to have some money, baby. Like, it's new money for you, it'll be new money for you, but for your grandkids, it'll be old money. That's how I'm getting here, or the energy I'm getting off of what you're supposed to be accumulating for yourself. So what does Lindsay need in order to heal and open up this financial funnel? There are Reiki videos for healing your financial wounds also. You need to do in order to be able to pull this in. Have faith. Don't you love that card? Just that idea, like, if you believe it will come through, which is so hard because there are so many times that you believe good things were going to happen to you. And I'm speaking specifically on your case, I'm feeling here, where you're just like, how did that person get away with doing that to me? Like, if God is real, how did this even happen? But those were all tests. You wanted the full brunt of all the anger that you've been carrying around for many lifetimes to be built up in this body so that when the time came, you'd have a lot of like firepower. You know, rockets need fuel. Your whole life, you have been accumulating or triggering back into this body the pain that you have already dealt with in many other lifetimes, just so this could be the one where you actually cleared it out. But clearing it out in the most gorgeous way, because you're going to turn it into a different energy that is good for making things grow. So you're being asked, how teachable are you? Are you willing to learn something different than what you have been using for survival going forward? Old keys won't open your new doors. You might have been able to grind it out and network or whatever the case may have been with other people to make it work for you going before, but those doors are going to be closed because this is like a one-on-one lesson. You are learning how to cultivate and master your own power. So patience is on the list along with faith, because it's your flow, it's your feminine energy. Your feminine energy doesn't rush. It knows good things are coming to me. And this is something that is going to have to be built over time, but it feels like there's somebody coming to help you with it. Somebody who is going to love and heal you as you're healing yourself. So maybe there is actually a masculine energy coming in to throw you out of your masculine energy into your feminine. It's going to take some tears. It's going to take some walking, just because you're going to be realizing, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how strong I was forcing myself to be this whole time. To just be in my own energy and be comfortable is going to feel uncomfortable, is what I'm like picking up here. But you'll have backup in some way, shape, or form during this, because stepping into your own beauty, this softer version of your beauty, embracing it instead of feeling like it was a curse, all of that stuff is what is opening up, or will open up slowly over time as you're comfortable, the funnel to your abundance to pour in to your family. It's like you're going to go from this energy of like super duper breadwinner. You might still be the breadwinner afterwards, but it's not going to be like you're a construction worker. It's whatever you've been doing before now. It's been treating you, your body, your energy, like you're a construction worker pushing stuff out. Now it's just going to be more effortless. You'll know when to work, because that's the teachable part. Do you know how to listen to yourself? Can you trust your own knowing, your own intuition? Because your intuition is where your flow is. Will you shut your little girl, your inner child, your feminine energy down the same way that you have been shut down by external masculines that made you shift into this energy? So what does Lindsay need to focus on for healing at this time? What does Lindsay need to focus on for healing at this time? Baby, you got the Midas touch. That is your gift. Anything that you put this feminine energy, your flow into, your stamp on, is going to thrive. And you are going to be getting a new job, it seems like. But didn't I say all the stuff you were dealing with was past life stuff? This is a sign that the cycles are ending. What was. What is becoming something new. You are finishing out the old stuff, the difficulties, letting go of all that old stuff. I feel like I need to read you this. It says, this indicates a past life is the reason why the intense energy surrounds you, the person or situation. Look into ways to clear past life karma and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective. Taking ownership for your part and forgiveness are key in releasing past life karma. You were a martyr in many lifetimes. Many, many times. Like there was no development of your masculine energy in other lives. So the things that you went through in this life, you just sort of took the L at other times and you just died with this energy within you. And that sounds pretty crappy, right? You weren't aware of it because, it's past life is in that life. But there are still certain things that when you passed away, you said you wanted to change in this life. And the main thing was, you will not do this again. And that when you clear out this karma, when you deal with all the other heavy stuff. So you were oppressed until you were able to fight back for yourself or separate from this group, because that same thing kept happening again and again. You want to help people. You always wanted to help people and you were being blocked from that. So you're being called into that again. You are getting a whole new beginning. Whatever you've been doing before, it will not be the same, because you are stepping into what you actually wanted for yourself, as opposed to this, what you had to endure to finally say, I have had enough of that. I free myself and I free the people connected to me. That is what is having you step into this energy I keep feeling, which is so exciting. Let me turn Reiki to heal grief, heartbreak, and loss is next because you got to clear out all this. It's like you've already dealt with the actual situations and all the negativity, but the ramifications, the residuals, the side effects that still linger are why you're going to have faith and be patient with yourself because they're going to come up, be it by trigger through other people or through like astrological trigger, like Mercury retrograde, or when there's a new moon and suddenly you just feel sad and you don't know why, but you don't remember like 10 years ago something really awful happened that day and you couldn't process it then, so you have to sit in it now. You have to create a little ritual, a way that you deal with your heavier feelings that are coming up as you're moving into this big phase. Because imagine stepping into everything you want and then you not being able to love it because you already did all the work to build it, not being able to love it because there's some old feeling that you don't want to deal with. It is better to cry at one funeral than to keep burying something over and over again and witnessing that death, right? So, didn't I say you're an empress? This says radiant goddess, acceptance. Accept that you have been great this whole time and that's why everything that happened to you was horrible. Other people were just feeding off your energy. Imagine every time somebody knocked you down or did something to hurt you or got any feeling out of you, it was the equivalent of them getting Sonic coins out of you. That's why so many people came for your energy because you got gold. You got gold in your veins, baby. You didn't even know. Now, since I pretty much activated you with this, if you weren't already noticing it, if it wasn't already in your consciousness, to start realizing, hey, I'm sort of blessed all the time. Now you will. You have been weighed down with so much heaviness that is not your own. And your worldview is about to shift. You have better boundaries, right? Your view was distorted because you were taking on other people's views. You never got to see you as you. Someone is coming along that is going to help balance that out for you too. You are entering, it feels like a new career, or maybe there's a new hobby that ends up turning into a career that you didn't know was going to come along. Whatever seeds that you have been planting before now are coming into fruition. You just can't use the same tools that you used to create the garden and plant the seeds and pick the weeds and all that stuff, right? That you're going to use to grow it. You need water to help it grow. A hoe is not going to help your garden start to blossom, right? It's just going to help you clear out what needs to be cleared out. You are stepping into your water era. Overflow in all ways, and all you have to do is accept and recognize where you're being led. Listen to your intuition and hold your own hand sometimes. I'm getting that's important. Like hold your own hand till that other person comes along to hold your hand because you need to feel that sense of security. Like security hasn't been given to you. That's why the roots in your money tree never planted. You've always been this abundant and it's always been coming to you. And it might have just felt like it was coming in splots and pieces and you just always got what you needed at the time. But you never got to see like the overflow or the abundance. So you look at other people and see that their stuff is more successful and you just really want that for yourself. But you didn't know it's because your roots weren't planted yet because you weren't in a safe place to do so. All of that is coming into fruition and you just needed to know that your hard work was paying off and actually that the hard work is done. You're about to do the soft work to pull in and connect fully to your gifts, which are found in your feminine energy that has been hidden this whole time. So, Lindsay, have fun doing the opposite of everything you've been doing. Have a good day.